Elizabeth Cohen, thank you so much. Now I want to bring in a man who's no doubt very concerned about this bill, West Virginia Senator Joe Manchin, a Democrat joining us from the Capitol. Senator, good to see you again. 300,000 people in your state affected so far. Many would probably like to know what exactly you are doing and what is being done by the governor and others to help them in this crisis.
Well, Jake, I spoke to the governor this morning. He is on top of it, and they're spearheading the whole team together, and they have a response team there. It's very good. So they're working with that. I was very pleased that the president declared an emergency early this morning. We're getting all of the FEMA, Homeland Security. I've spoken to our Secretary of Homeland Security and also the director of FEMA, and everybody has been working, doing a yeoman's job, making sure we have water, the technical service, everything humanly possible. But it's a tremendous concern when 300,000 West Virginians, something we take for granted and is so needed and vital as life-supporting water. And it's something that we've got to get corrected as quickly as possible. Then find out what caused it, who's the culprit, and what type of things we can do to prevent this from happening.
Now, the government is launching an investigation. At this point, and I know it's early, but does it appear to you that this is an accident that could have been avoided?
Jake, you'd like to think that all accidents can be avoided. You know, we won't know until the final investigation. Talking to the DEP and finding out if they've had inspectors and basically if this company had violations and they've neglected those violations or they've covered them up, we really don't know. I'm not going to cast guilt on anybody. The bottom line, my main concern right now is trying to coordinate from here in Washington, making sure our state's getting all the services that's needed in order to do the job. I'm told that we've got plenty of water. I'm speaking to people on the ground, the county commissioners. Everybody's doing a great job, and as West Virginians, we pull together, help each other, and I would tell them for shut-ins, if you have a neighbor or a friend or somebody that can't go to the water supply, go get it for them. Make sure that they have food, make sure they have the proper water. It's still dangerous. I'm understanding it's not lethal, but it's very dangerous not to use that water. It's only being used for toilets right now, so that tells you that we still have concerns, but hopefully we'll get through this quick, Jake, and find out what happened, but I'm concerned, yes, very much so.
What's being told to the people in your state? Obviously, the FEMA is bringing in water for them to drink. What are they supposed to do about washing their dishes? What are they supposed to do about bathing and basic hygiene?
Well, basically, there's supposed to be plenty of water to be able to do the basic hygiene things that you need of that sort, but do it as limited and sparingly as possible for obvious reasons, because we don't know how long. We've been told it might be several days. We hope it's sooner than that we restore normal order back. But with that, they're not going to remove the warnings that don't drink it, don't use it, don't bathe with it, don't wash dishes with it, don't do any of that. So that tells you there's a concern, but we're told again it's not lethal and not toxic, but tells you there's a great danger and hazardous, so you wouldn't be those types of warning, which I haven't seen before.
Astoundingly, the EPA, the Environmental Protection Agency, said today that it's unclear whether they had inspected Freedom Industries in the last 5 years, whether they even had the regulatory authority over the company. The EPA says it's looking into that. Are you seeking answers from the EPA?
Well, I spoke to the DEP, which is our Department of Environmental Protection, and there's certain rules and regulations depending on what chemicals and what substance that people store and what they use and how you oversee them. This is going to change. You would imagine it'll change how we proceed. The legislature is in session right now, and I'll tell you there'll be quick action in making sure we're able to prevent this from happening again, or why hasn't it? All those questions will be answered, Jake. I really believe so, in quick form. But right now, we've got to get this. This is a big, you know, we have 1,500 to 3,000 miles of water line that needs to be flushed out. That's never been done at one time that I know of before. And also the filtering systems and all this to be put back in proper working order to make sure that people have safe drinking water.
We're going to find out a lot more about this company and whether or not it abided by all the safety regulations it needs to. You're a strong supporter of coal, as are most of the government officials, despite the checkered history when it comes to safety that some of the mining companies have had. This chemical is used in processing coal. What do you expect from Freedom Industries in terms of accountability? Are they responsible for fixing this? Are they responsible entirely for paying for it?
Jake, whoever the culprit is, they're going to be held responsible and held accountable for their actions. I can assure you of that. For someone to attack the coal industry, first of all, this is a chemical. Our part of that state, of the state of West Virginia, this part of the state of West Virginia is the Chemical Valley, if you will. We make an awful lot of chemicals that people use every day. And you know, some of them are much more lethal, if you will, and we have to be very careful. To say it because of coal, this could happen in anything. We've got to make sure that we're able to protect the environment every way, shape, or form. And I know that the people that have always continued to attack coal, we have the country we have today because of the coal that's been provided, a lot of it from West Virginia. It's given us the life that we have and the wars that we've won and everything that we've taken for granted. But with that being said, we're always trying to do it better. This chemical that's used is basically a cleansing, I guess, for the coal prep plants that we have. And I don't know a lot about that company. We're going to know a lot more very quickly, and I'm sure you're going to be able to tell the whole world about it, which we want you to do, and we want to find out what went wrong. Did they intentionally do something? Was it an accident? Could it have been prevented? Was it neglect? Or whatever it is, someone's going to have to be accountable and answer for that and be held accountable for it.
We will do that, and we hope you come back to help us do that. Senator Manchin, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, Jake. We'll do it.